Do you want to know the biggest game changer for my SEO optimization strategy? That I no longer optimize for keywords, but instead I use real-time intelligence. In this video, I'll show you how I do that. Plus, I've got a 40% discount code for you to use. So if you're still trying to gather information and insights the classical way, from like searching for Google or going through news websites every single day, or like going through the different social media timelines, or maybe subscribing and reading hundreds of newsletters, all of this causes information overload and a lot of noise. And because this is completely manual filtering, you will end up with like incomplete insights in a very delayed process. But with Signals, you will be able to watch more than 200,000 sources globally, and the Signals engine will do it all for you. And it would easily send you the notification as soon as it happens in real time right into your, for example, email inbox, or if you have webhooks for your server, or the many connectors that are supported like Slack, Notion, Salesforce, and many more. And of course, this will give you real-time insights and data with contextual intelligence delivered right into your workflow. And of course, all of this happens just by typing natural language, and it will create the signal and set up everything for you. There are so many use cases for this. For example, continuously tracking a specific sector for funding routes, like for example, AI companies or something like that, or maybe you're into sales. There's plenty of use cases for that too. Brand and PR, investing, or risk and compliance, and so much more. So for example, for me, I'm going to use it to build my SEO strategy in here for my platform and application, where I have it watching every new AI model release, and through Signals, it will actually send a webhook notification right into my backend server in here, and my backend server in here will use AI agents to write a new blog post about this AI release and push it into the website. And this will actually optimize my SEO, and also will make me the first one to actually publish a new blog post about the newly released AI model, which means I'm gonna have, better chances when people search on Google or something from my website or web page to appear first. And I think there's actually a really great use case in here for like developers building SEO and like making sure they are the one or the first ones to actually write a blog post or write an article, or there's plenty of different use cases that you can do just by like plugging in a specific webhook in here right into your signal in here, whether AI model releases or anything else that you want to actually like watch in real time. And this will make sure that you are the first to receive that specific event and react on it. So to get started with creating your signal, you head over to Perigon.io in here, and you will land on the Perigon Signals landing page in here, where you can have the text area in here, and you can input anything in natural language that you want to track and create a signal for. So for example, I want to track the release of new AI models and send it to my webhook. So as soon as you click enter in here, it will start the process of creating a signal for you. So we start analyzing the intent, gathering information, and the AI agents in here, it will ask you like questions if it needs more clarifications. For example, for us in here, it's asking, would you like to receive an alert each time a new AI model is released? Or do you prefer like a periodic summary, such as like weekly or monthly, of all notable model releases? So for example, I want alerts for each new model as soon as it happens. So I'm going to choose that one. Or you can talk to the agents in here if you want something a little more specific to fine-tune the signal and have the agents actually figure out the best signal query for your signal that you're creating. It's curious in here right now, it's actually like analyzing a sample size of 1,000 articles. Those are just like for analyzing the first signal in here, just to give you a preview. But of course, later on, it will watch everything in real time for you. And there you go. So now it starts bringing up the preview data in here for the different AI models that are released or recently released. For example, we got the Falcon H1 Arabic, the Voyage 4, they got the Voyage Multimodel 3.5 from MongoDB, or from there's like NVIDIA releasing their DLSS 4.5 super resolution, which is like an image enhancement model as well. There's plenty of stuff in here like VO 3.1, January 15. It also gives you like the dates, the key features, the source in here to double check that this is actually what's happening, you know what I mean? So where is it coming from? And there you go. So once the agent finishes actually analyzing everything and gives you the preview data that you need, you can fine tune your signal further in here, or like ask it to go for a specific region or location, for example, only in the US, or companies that are located in the US, or like, I want only in the UK. There are plenty of filters that you can refine them from. Refine in here, edit filters. There are many filters in here, from source groups to locations, languages, content types in here, and so much more. So this will give you full control of what your signal is going to yield and what type of queries and events it's going to watch in the entirety of the time. And the awesome part I like about this is actually you can refine the data that the signal sends on every single event. So you can click on the data in here. This will give you the data fields that you can refine. You can use the suggestions one in here, or you could see the data that is, or the fields that are currently being populated and watched by the signal. Or the awesome part is actually adding your custom field in this. If you click on it, you can choose the field type from text, number, a boolean, or like select or whatever. So I'm going to choose this select, which is going to be like an enum kind of thing. Let's say I want model type in here. So like what exactly the type of the model, I'm going to generate this with AI. So type of the AI model such as language, vision, or reinforcement lettering model in here. And I'm going to add a couple of options. So for example, for me, I'm just going to use text. I'm going to do multi-model. For example, I'm going to do vision as well. So let's say I'm going to have only these 3 categories in here. I'm going to add field. You see the field has been added and populated in here. It's enum, of course. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to apply changes, and this will apply changes to the agents. So the agents will go ahead and try to preview or like adjust the signal, so it gives you like a real time preview of what you would expect from events coming from this signal in the future. As clear as here in here, as soon as the data starts coming through, we can go to their new field that we added. As clear as in here has like multi-model, text, multi-model, vision, for example, with this vision model in here. So this will be an enum, and of course this will be sent right into your workflow exactly with the data that you define, which is making this super powerful. Of course, you can customize it however you like. All right, so once you are good with your signal, you're done with refining this, you can specify natural language in here if you want like extra refinement or very specific things. But once you're good with this, you can go ahead and click on Save Signal. And there you go. Now your signal is saved and it's actually currently active, and it will deliver events as soon as they happen. So the only last thing in here we need to configure is the delivery methods in here. I'm going to talk about this in 1 second once we grab our webhook. So for the webhook in here, I built this API server in here, which exposes this very particular webhook through ng-rock tunnel in here, just for a quick testing. And I'm going to use this webhook in here for our workflow, where once the signal is triggered for a new AI model release, it will send the event right into my webhook in here, and I've got my AI agent will write a blog post about it and will publish the blog post. So I'm going to go back to my signals details page in here, go to the delivery section, select webhook, and enable for this signal. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste this one. Make sure to click add the webhook. Now your webhook is active. You can go ahead and update the configuration. That's very important. And now the awesome part about it, you can actually test this to make sure that your webhook is working and everything is set up correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and click on run test, and this should send a test to my webhooks. So now if I go back to my webhook terminal in here to see exactly what's happening, as clear as in here, there's an event sent. And it knows there's actually processing 3 model releases in here for new AI models release, and it's actually writing a new blog post about them. So if you notice from the side in here, a new blog post is written by our AI agent in here for SEO purposes, and it will be deployed. So we got, for example, this blog post, Cloud for Healthcare. There's ChatGPT Health, MedGamma in here as well for, I think, medical stuff, like a new Google. Oh, it's okay. It's a new Google AI model that was released. I even built a simple front end in here just to showcase the new models that were created. So these are new models that were generated in here. For example, I'm going to go to the Google MedGamma in here. So it wrote a complete blog post in here. Of course, the agency right now is so basic, but you can actually make it so much more, where it writes advanced and right to the point sort of blog posts for new AI models as soon as they're released, and push them into your website, and the SEO would be over the roof. So this will make sure that you actually rank higher. And I think this is a really awesome trick that a lot of people are not really noticing nowadays, especially with the rise of good AI agents and how well signals are. You can build absolutely phenomenal stuff. So you can go and try out signals now at Perigon.io to get started with your signal. You're going to get one free signal to test this out. And of course, this signals thing, I've been working on it with Perigon for the past year, and we've been cooking this. So I would love to, for you to go ahead and give it a shot. Any feedback would be very welcome. If you have any interest in use cases like the SEO one we just covered, I'm all ears. I would love to know about these use cases as well. And of course, because they love the Coder One community, they offered us a 40% discount code for Codon specifically to get started and subscribe to the Signals plan in here. So if you go to upgraded plan in here, you click on upgrade now in here, you can go to the discount code down here and you can just go in and add code 1, you click apply, and this will apply at 40% of the price of whatever price you chose. And you can subscribe now to Signals. You can get more than one free signal to however you like it with webhooks and so much more. So yeah, go ahead and try Signals now at Perigon.io.